Well, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are and what time it is. It's afternoon here in sunny Central Florida. It is episode 219 of Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, the SaleenDriver. The longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I know of. The show that truly is and continues to prove itself to be about nothing in particular. Already got some folks in the box. Ballard was the first person in here a while ago, I should think. It has been a minute. Yes, it has. I see, Ballard, you upload and release videos constantly now, and you did say you wanted to aspire to do that, so good on you. You are doing what you said you were going to do. Yeah. Nate the Great was not late. He was early, so good for him. Don't know if he's still here, but he might be. Atypical Gump, good to see you, sir. Huge erection. We're taking that one out. Thank you. Thanks for playing, sir. We're not doing that. Hang on a minute. There we go. Okay. Matt Dumit, he's here. Good to see you, sir. And my buddy Sven from across the pond. Yes, indeed. Yep. Bye-bye, Hugh. Yeah, we're not doing that. I just recently witnessed a friend of mine's channel get nearly destroyed by some Yahoo playing word games like that. Not going to tolerate that. But thank you. I have a feeling. I mean, I could take a wild guess who that was, but I'm not gonna speak that name into existence. Just letting it go. Steve Pearson's here. Good to see you, sir. Anyway, let's see. Just cleaning up some stuff here. There we go. Yeah, I know that. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. What's going on out there? Let's see. In the hockey world, which nobody cares about but me, but since it's my channel, I'll talk about it for a minute. The Florida Everblades lost Game 6 last night to a team from Quebec whose name I can't pronounce because it's in French, but they got bounced from the Kelly Cup playoffs last night. So for the first time in 4 years, somebody other than the Florida Everblades will win the Kelly Cup. It was a good run by the boys, but they came up a little short on goaltending when it really counted. And that's the way that goes. Let's see. We've got tonight, we've got the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup. Panthers are up 3-1 in a best-of-7 series. The game is in Carolina. but Florida is favored to win the game and the series and head back to the Stanley Cup Finals. Last night, the Edmonton Oilers put the absolute beatdown on the Dallas Stars. I watched the game. The Dallas Stars came out in a very spirited manner, I must say, and took it to the Oilers, who have been dominating the series. The Oilers lead the series 3-1. The Oilers, however, are dominant and look to be going back to the Stanley Cup like they did last year. In fact, I think last year it was Florida versus Edmonton for the Cup, and of course, Florida took it in the 7th game. Edmonton looks pretty tough this year. They are firing on all cylinders pretty well. I don't think that Dallas, even though the next game is in Dallas, I don't think Dallas has the horsepower to beat Edmonton, and I don't think Carolina has the horsepower to win 3 games in a row. Oh, actually 4 games in a row, because they were down 3-0 to Florida. I don't think they can win 3 games in a row and get to the Cup final. So I think we're looking at an Edmonton, Florida series again. But we will see what happens. Somebody is at my front door. Oh no, nobody's at my front door. There's a big old flying insect at my front on my ring cam. Man, that thing was huge. It looked like a wasp or something. Just because I am expecting UPS, but no UPS truck out there. Damn, that was a big bug. Big Tubes here. Good afternoon to you, sir. And Zona Tucson is here. Good to see you. Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be a Florida-Edmonton Cup final again. And I think Florida, being the defending champion, has the inside track. I'm interested in that because, not that I'm a big fan of the Florida Panthers. I'm not. I'm not a big fan of the way they play the game, which is with the intent to injure. But I am interested in the fact that the former captain of the Boston Bruins, Brad Marchand, or Brad Marchand, depending on how you want to pronounce it, he is on the Florida Panthers. And you know what? His rookie season in 2011, he won the Stanley Cup. So he's been playing for 14 or 15 years now. And, it wouldn't hurt my heart to see Marchand skate with the Cup one more time before his career is over. And, because I'm not really happy with the way the Boston Bruins management has been conducting themselves over the past few years, I think it would be a great FU to the Bruins management to if Marchand was skating with the Cup in a Florida Panther uniform, which I hope would really piss off some people in Boston and maybe get some changes in that organization, because it's killing me to watch my Bruins become a trash team. The city of Boston deserves better. Battle Angels here. One of my favorite female peoples in all of the internet, and the most patient and long-suffering woman on the internet that I know of. Are you back in Georgia, or are you still up in New York? You don't have to say if you don't want to. Yeah, the Oilers look pretty good, I got to say, Zona. But then again, so do the Panthers. And I think the goaltending on Florida is a little better than the goaltending on Edmonton. And I think Florida is a little more physical of a team than Edmonton. But you know what? If those two teams end up in the Cup, I hope it goes all 7 games and we're treated to another instant classic on the ice. because last year's series was fantastic to watch. And as a hockey fan, a fan of the game. I mean, you know, like Lou, my buddy Lou, he is a Georgia Bulldog fan through and through, as we all know. But he has said many times, and I understand what he's talking about. He's also a big college football fan, and he loves college football. Well, I'm a Bruins fan. I've been a Bruins fan since I was born. I was born into being a Bruins fan. I grew up in the area. I am a Bruins fan, and I will be until I draw breath number last. But I'm also a fan of hockey, and to watch the game, well, it's not the game I grew up with. It's more of a feminized version of the game I grew up with, but it's still hockey. And even bad hockey is better than no hockey. So I'm a fan of the game, and I enjoy watching a great playoff series. And I got to tell you, I don't care what fan, I don't care what kind of sports fan you are. If you're an honest sports fan, you will admit that there is nothing more exciting than Stanley Cup hockey, because it brings out all the aggression, all the hitting, all the fighting. Still in New York, but she is here online with us. So shout out to my dear Battle Angel for joining us, even if it's ever so briefly, here on the Wednesday afternoon live with SaleenDriver Extravaganza while she's on vacation. Now that is loyalty. And I thank you, Battle Angel, for showing me that loyalty. I cannot be but touched. Excuse me for just a second. Let's see. Let's see. What else is going on? NASCAR. I want to say something about NASCAR. The Coke 600 was on Sunday, last Sunday, the 25th. Memorial Day weekend is traditionally a big auto racing weekend. You have some of the biggest races from each of the major series. You have, Monaco, the Grand Prix of Monaco. That's boring as shit. You mean you cannot pass on that course? I mean, the winner of the race into turn one on the first lap is almost certainly the race winner, because once you're locked into a position, unless the cars in front of you brake, you can't pass on that circuit. The circuit's too small and too narrow. So it's a boring race. I don't even bother, quite honestly. Then you have the Indy 500 about noon on the East Coast. Again, a boring race. Open wheel racing in America is pretty much dull. And, it was a first-time winner. And so congratulations to him, whatever his fucking name was. I don't care. I watched the last few laps of the race, and it had no drama, no excitement, nothing. You can't pass with those cars. You can't get close enough. And then you have the Coke 600, which was a fantastic race to watch. The one good thing about stock car racing is you always have them beating and banging on each other. And even though my guy, Kyle Busch, is racing in second-rate equipment with a second-rate team, now that ever since he got kicked off of Joe Gibbs Racing for nepotistic reasons. You know, I feel for my guy Kyle. He'll probably never win another race in the major league because Richard Schroeder's Racing is putting a garbage car out on the track. It's still, entertaining to watch because, you know, boys have at it is the rule of the day in NASCAR. And so, you know, if you like auto racing like I do, the 25th of May is usually a pretty decent day for it, if you don't mind the fact that 2 of the 3 races are actually kind of boring. But if you do like the sound of engines with your boredom, then, you know, it's not a bad day. But only 1 of the 3 races was entertaining, which is kind of a shame. Anyway, that's pretty much all the news that I had. I'm going to drop the link. And I'm pretty sure we'll get Sven in here, and hopefully we'll get Mr. Bug Eyes will show up. And maybe even VidTube will show up. We shall see. While we're waiting to see if anyone wants to come into the yard, if you haven't already done so, please click that thumbs up button for me. It does help. Builds the ego a little bit if I can get over 10, considering that, you know, nobody comes in here anymore. I mean, I used to get 30 odd people in here. Now I can barely crack 10. I don't know. Must have pissed off a few people here and there. And word's gotten around that, don't go on the Saleen's channel anymore. We don't like him. Or something like that. Guten Tag.
Good morning.
Well, afternoon. But yes, good morning.
Yeah. First of all, here's a fact. NASCAR is boring. And you know why? NASCAR was only invented when the Alabama Crimson Tide sucks. And the Crimson Tide fans have nothing other to do as watch NASCAR.
Yes. I've heard that. We need a new joke about NASCAR in this community.
Yeah.
And Uncle Luke came up with that one 5 years ago, and it wasn't funny then, and it's less funny now.
Okay. So you want to hear a very, very interesting college stat?
Sure.
In the first time in 121 years, the preseason number 1 and number 2 didn't make it to the field of 64 in the college baseball playoffs. The preseason.
Really?
It's the coaches poll, the AP poll, and anything, I think a media poll or something like that. And there was a coaches poll too. The AP, the coaches, and something else. And they missed
what teams were those?
And the number 1 and the number 2 team preseason didn't make it to the field of 64. The number 1 was the Texas A&M Aggies. And the number 2...
We're talking about baseball, right?
Yeah, baseball.
Okay. Just want
college baseball. College baseball.
Yeah, college.
So, and the number 2 was Virginia. So, and it's never happened in 121 years, from what I read.
What happened to them? They just collapsed utterly?
No, I mean the Aggies play in the SEC, and the SEC is really tough. It's a tough going. You can lose to near everybody outside of Missouri, but the Aggies managed to get swept by Missouri, and this was the only 3 wins Missouri had all year long in the SEC. They went 3-27, and they swept the Aggies on the road in College Station. Otherwise, they wouldn't went 0-30
What
without a
happened to
win.
Florida? Did they get
Florida
out?
is in the field, and they are they were in the hosting discussion, but I think they don't host the region. Or do they? I'm not so sure. But they are in the field. The Gators are in the field, and the Gators didn't play that bad. They weren't world beaters.
Who won the SEC?
The SEC regular season won Texas, but Texas had the easiest schedule of them all. Like in football. You understand? They paid Senki enough money, and Senki gave them an easy schedule. You know how this rolls. And the SEC tournament was won by the Diego Pavias, by the Commodores of Vanderbilt. And they ruled Tennessee. They blew everybody out, and they beat Ole Miss in the finals. And Ole Miss, with this run, they secured a home regional. 13 teams out of 16 are in the tournament from the SEC, and 8 hosts. Someone called this dominance, but it will change. Because many teams like Tennessee, like Florida, like Georgia, like Alabama, they have to make a decision. Okay, I have a football team with Lagway, and I have a defending national champion in hoops, but I only have 25 millions. So, and the rest has to come from donors. And I don't see any school having donors who give $50 to $70 million a year for the 3 main sports. And Florida needs at least 20 million to compete for a national title in hoops. You know that, what these people are making. It's not cheap.
No, it isn't.
So the 3 main guys are making, it's like Josh Hubbard in Mississippi State. He's a first team SEC guy, and he makes around $3 million. And he's a first round pick. And Florida has not one of them; they have 3 or 4 of them, and they have everyone to pay 3.5 million, something like that. And 3 and 3 is for 3 players that play only 10 million. So, and then you have to pay the rest, and that's $20 million. So, and the football team, I guess 20 million. You have to spend 20 million on the football team if you want to win some games. So, and Florida has a really good baseball team. What the heck? And they are also not cheap. No? And many schools will close some sports. They have to make a decision. If Senki comes through with this stuff, what he's planning, they have to make a decision. Georgia, okay, I'm all in football, or I'm all in baseball, or I'm all in baseball, or in hoops, or whatever. So I mean, Georgia, they are a dominant force in football, but like Florida or Tennessee has a really good men's hoops team, a really good football team, a really good ladies hoops team, and a really good baseball team. They have 4 of them, and they have to pay all 4. LSU has 3. Outside of men hoops, the LSU ladies are top. LSU baseball is top, and LSU football, I would not say top, but near the top. So, and nobody will give these guys 60, 70, 80 million a year, and that what it comes down to. And the Virginia University said we don't pay 2 million. for a player, and they were preseason number 2, and they missed the playoffs. And the Aggies had one injury, and they lost their head coach to Texas, and they didn't pay some players. They changed the team, and goodbye, Irene. They missed the playoffs. 64 team. It's not like football where 12 teams or something like that. It's a field of 64. Yeah.
I have a feeling that I keep hearing that college football is going to 16 teams pretty soon.
Yeah, I think too. But what we first and foremost need is a decision from a court or from Congress signed by Trump. We need rules, binding rules for NIL and portal and this stuff, binding rules, where we can hold these players accountable and their agents.
You know what? I part of me agrees going in that direction with what's up, Mr. Bug Eyes. Part of me agrees with going in that direction to establish rules and regulations, but you know what? This country has so many more pressing problems than a bunch of athletes running around trying to make a buck. Why don't we let the NCAA try and set up some rules first before we start involving Congress and wasting precious taxpayer time and money on that kind of thing? We got a lot of other problems in this country that need to be addressed. College sports is like number 1 million on the list.
Yeah, but the problem is the NCAA lost every single court case against players. Pavia sued them. He was 2 years in JUCO and said he had not enough. He couldn't make enough money in JUCO. So and he sued for another year, and he won. And now another player from what was it? I forgot the team. He sues the NCAA for the same ruling, but he said he went to the COVID year and 1 year after that, and there was no money to make, and he wants to make money. So and he sues for a 7th year.
Jerry,
this is so crazy.
Which sport are you talking about here? You talking about baseball or you talking about basketball? And do I think housing prices will start coming down? If interest rates start coming down, housing prices will start coming down, but you can't have one without the other. And here's a rare appearance.
Hey.
Ballard Sports Media.
Good morning, Alabama man.
What's up, Span?
And Baylor man reporting 87 days to football season.
I'm just sitting around the house being bored today. I said, why not talk to SaleenDriver?
Well, that might be considered damning me with faint praise, but I'll take it. Well, where are you? You in Alabama or are you in Tampa?
No, I'm here at home in Alabama right now. School just
I forgot. Your parents live in Alabama and your grandparents live in Tampa, or is it the other way around?
Other way.
Your parents live in Tampa?
I will say part of me is thinking about moving back, though, because of all the different sports teams, and we'll just have to wait and see. I got to get through this semester of college and graduate, and then we'll see what it looks like as far as my career. But
so you're almost done with college?
This first community college I'm at, yeah, I could get my basics out of the way, and then I could transfer wherever I want and go for the communications.
Yeah, that's what I did with my younger daughter. She ended up at a two-year college to get her basics out of the way, and then we bumped her up to University of South Florida, where she is currently she's about 2 semesters away from her master's degree.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But
That's good.
unfortunately, like her sister, not a fan of sports. So if I walk up to her and give her shit about Florida beating USF, she doesn't care. I mean, damn.
Or South Florida near beating Alabama 3 years ago.
Yeah. Well,
With
you know what?
quarterback Ty Simpson, if you remember correct.
Yeah, but Sven,
Don't
it
forget.
doesn't matter. But Sven, it doesn't matter if
But
you win by 1 point or 100. It's still a win.
Yeah, and they played in a literally blizzard or hurricane or what this was. It was pouring down.
I mean, Florida played Georgia pretty tight last year for a good chunk of that game and still lost. So it's like, I had Florida fans around me saying, "Well, we played Georgia real tight with a undermanned and understaffed team," and I said, "You know what? Moral victories are for idiots."
Yeah,
we lost. We
but
lost. We lost to a team. Yeah, maybe we should have beat Georgia, but we didn't.
So there is a difference between the Florida Gators playing Georgia, what is in one league, or the University of South Florida, and the Alabama Crimson Tide. There is a small difference. It's a big difference. Because Alabama has 154 and 5 stars, and USF has maybe 1. Maybe.
No, USF doesn't get it. UCF and USF basically get the leftovers after Florida State and Miami have their.
Yeah, and Alabama was stacked to the roof outside of quarterback.
And they,
I mean, in
Milroe stunk it up.
State of Florida, you've got a hierarchy: Florida State, Miami. Then USF and UCF get their pick of the leftovers. And then the leftovers from that go down to FIU and FAU and Bethune-Cookman
Florida
and Florida
International and Florida Atlantic
and all the other joke schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a hierarchy in this state.
Mm-hmm.
Just like there's a hierarchy in Georgia. University of Georgia gets the pick, and then Georgia Tech gets Georgia Tech and all the other minor schools take what's left.
Yeah.
In Alabama comes first, Auburn comes second, and then all the other schools take what's left.
Yeah.
It's Alabama versus all y'all. Deal with it.
What?
I saw that, Nate.
The companies better make the playoffs.
Alabama's got their challenges, Ballard. So.
Oh, I know. I was talking about the in-state teams. Like we own that. We own our state. You know.
Yeah.
Well, Florida own this state, but a series of bad coaches made that.
What? Redshirt freshman Alex Foster. What went wrong, Baylor man? Come in here. Tell us about it.
What happened? I guess he died. I mean, that's what RIP means.
Yeah. But was it an accident? Was it a shooting? Was it a crash?
Let me Google it. Let me Google it.
That's today. Baylor defensive lineman Alex Foster dies at 18. Dallas Morning News. CBS Sports put it out too. What happened?
18 years. Wow, that's terrible.
It's a shooting.
Oh my goodness.
This is from KSNTV.com. Baylor football player dies after reported shooting. Baylor redshirt freshman Alex Foster, defensive lineman from Greenville, Mississippi, died this morning. There are multiple reports of being shot online, but there has been no official confirmation of the circumstances surrounding his death. Foster, defensive lineman from Greenville, Mississippi, was a 4-star prospect by On3, ranked number 152 overall recruit in the nation.
A shot and killed.
Greenville is in Washington County. This is in the Delta down. down in the Delta.
There's no official reporting yet.
I've
but,
seen different
that's what the
sources.
reports are.
Says he was murdered, and others say it was unexpected. That's what Baylorman says. That's horrible. 18 years old. Can you imagine? You are a mom. You send your kid to Baylor, and you get a phone call by the police. Your son got murdered. I would go nuts.
He never got a chance to live.
A
He never
couple
got a chance to
say-
live. 18,
Yeah.
18 is too young.
Yeah, and
Yep.
this is the reason why I hate guns. This is the reason. Too many guns in the United States of America,
Uh-oh.
and too many people who shouldn't have guns.
But
This is so-
again, I will repeat the same thing I repeat all the time, Sven, and it's a fact.
The gun shoots by himself.
The gun does not shoot itself. It is
Yeah,
a tool.
guns.
Yeah,
Yeah, guns
The
don't
gun
kill
didn't- the gun
people.
didn't kill the gun
People-
didn't kill this kid.
Yeah, guns
Yeah.
don't kill people. People kill people with guns.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, Sven, there was
It-
just the other day there was that incident in the UK with some Yahoo ran a minivan to a crowd of soccer fans.
yeah.
And,
We have this is
But
this
we
is the
don't
new-
blame the minivan; we blame the driver.
Yeah,
the
and this
car
is-
is the tool, the gun is the tool, the knife is
Yeah.
the tool,
we
a
have this
baseball
with the,
bat is a tool.
yeah with the cars. We have this twice a year in Germany now. Some Mujahideen from Afghanistan or Syria come here, rent a big old van or something like that, and run into 200, 300 people.
Yeah, or about the guy in New Orleans who ran over all those people with a pickup
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
So
a truck stop, of
crazy.
course.
Damn.
Jerry, I've not heard about anything from Neo or Lizard in a long time. And
Yeah, I
Baylor
know
has
it's
said
been.
that
Yeah, I know
Neo-
it's been a long time. Yeah,
Neo
By the
goes
mi-
by
by
a
the way,
different
good morning,
username,
Vic.
but
yeah, I know it's probably been years since I've seen. I'm sure it's been over a year since the last time I saw them. So
Hello.
I'm reading about that Alex Foster kid too, by the way. It says that his cause of death is unknown still, but CBS Sports, Cheyenne Jahara, I don't even know how you say it, but he's on Twitter. He said, I could tragically confirm that Baylor football's Alex Foster died in a shooting. Died on Wednesday in a reported shooting. But
This
That's
is
shame.
crazy.
prayers up to the good Lord above for his family, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Sven, I'm the first to admit that in America, like every other place in the world, we got a lot of crazy sickos in this country.
We have a lot
They
of
have,
sickos
and
in
they, and they
Germany.
do
I
have
can tell you.
entirely too easy an access to guns sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to blame a hunk of metal for somebody's death. I'm going to blame the person who picked up the gun and pulled the trigger.
okay.
But that's just me, that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm going to
mean-
blame the person. I'm not going to blame the inanimate object that can't do anything unless somebody
No,
picks
of
it up
course,
or
a gun-
turns the key or turns the wheel or does whatever with it to
yeah.
does whatever to affect damage upon another human being.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sickos in this world, and I
in-
thank God every
this-
day that
in this world is the
I
right
go to
word.
sleep at the end of the day, and nobody has hurt me.
How's it?
So, Vic, you are here. Have you tomorrow time?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
what times then? Yeah.
I'm, let's say, from 6 this time. You send me a link on the email, and we go from there, and we do our video tomorrow.
Okay, so what?
How
So
about
what
that?
time you want me to
Uh,
at 6?
uh,
You said.
yeah, six or seven.
Okay, 6. That would be like what? It's like 11 o'clock for you, or
No, not 6. Like this here, like 3. Saleen, when do you start your stream? At 3.
okay.
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 or 4. This is correct. Now it's 9:40.
Right.
This is now.
Mm,
And
it's
on
Yeah,
Friday
you're what? You're about 6
6
hours ahead of me,
hours.
right?
6 hours
I'm
ahead.
I'm
Yeah.
6 hours, and on Friday, Saturday, Sunday is baseball playoffs. By the way, Georgia has a good chance to survive the regionals, but the super regionals, it's over.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. So
that's
so tomorrow I will email you and
Yeah, send
send you
me
the
a link.
link.
You can
Okay.
send it on the message things on the handy or email, whatever you want. I'll be there.
Okay.
Or you open a stream at 6. I come to your channel and we go from there. Then you post it in the stream and you close the stream then.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. So
However
at 6.
however you want.
So at 6. So at 6 my time. You mean?
No, free your time. Free.
Okay. At 3 my time, which would be
Yeah.
which would be 9 o'clock for you.
Yeah. At 6
Okay.
it's midnight and that's bad.
Okay. Okay. All right. I got you.
Yeah, I finally figured out that Sven is on the same time zone as Venice.
Yeah. And
Which
it's not that
is-
far. If I go by train, it takes me to Zurich. It's 6.5, 7 hours, and from Zurich to Venice, it's 3 hours. It's a 10-hour train ride.
I don't know what the hell I would do for 10 hours on a train. I think I would
10
lose
hours.
my mind.
10
I
hours
tell you
on a
what,
train.
Our trains is nothing. Maybe the long ride Amtraks maybe are comparable to this.
No.
Well, I mean, would you
I've never
rather
been
be?
I've never been on a train in Europe, but I can tell you from secondhand knowledge that the worst European train you could think of is 10 times better than Amtrak.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
look,
Amtrak is
And,
pure
and,
garbage.
You,
Look.
you go by ICE. It rolls with 280 kilometer per hour. It's around 200 miles through the country. You have a restaurant there. You have a bistro, absolute clean toilets. You can shower there.
There's showers.
And it's cheap. It's really cheap.
Yeah.
well,
I mean, yeah. Would you rather? I mean, yeah. Would you rather be on a train for 10 hours or in the car for 10 hours? I
In
mean,
the train.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Yeah,
if
I
it were
take my
me,
laptop.
me personally, I'd rather do a car.
What you rather do 10 hours in a car than 10 hours on a train? Wow.
How do you think I got to the first Slav Olympics? You know, I did 8 hours in a car. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
What is Nate doing?
Yeah, but Amtrak. I mean, Amtrak. I know someone who recently did the auto train, which goes from Sanford, Florida, up to Virginia,
mhm.
Hmm.
and they paid a ton of money, hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do the auto train,
Wow.
and they got their little room thing was no bigger than the size of a closet. It smelled funny. The bathrooms were at best semi-clean, and the food there was probably at about a McDonald's level.
Yeah,
Look,
I go.
It's garbage.
Yeah,
look.
My
Well,
best
I
But
don't
the
think.
government was.
I
my
don't
best.
think.
bu-
Sorry, but
Yeah, my best buddy lives in Switzerland, Dunja, and I go maybe 4 or 5 times a year to Switzerland, to Zurich, and from there with a small car with a small train, or she picks me up by car or something like that. And
Yeah.
if I book it 4 weeks in front, I pay $59
Yeah.
for a train
The
who runs near
Europeans
300
got it
miles an
all
hour,
over.
who runs near 200 miles an hour.
The Europeans got train system down to an absolute art form compared to anywhere in the world. The Europeans have a train system.
And these trains are full.
Yeah. It's actually cheaper and a little bit more economically smart to take a train than to take a short air trip in Europe.
I mean, an air trip costs me to Zurich the cheapest of 150, and then I have the problem. The Zurich airport is in the middle of nowhere. It's like Starkville.
Jerry, Florida's housing market is doing just fine, actually. I actually have two friends that are in the business of real estate, and one in the business of interior decoration of new construction, and they are slammed. In fact, my lady friend who does interior design for Coulter, the builder, she is booked out until January of 2026 for appointments to work with people who are buying houses to help design their interiors. Jerry, I would disagree. You know, housing prices are coming down in Florida slightly, and it all depends on where you are. If you're on the East Coast or the West Coast of Florida, especially the West Coast, the prices are higher. That's true. But then again, so are the salaries. If you're in the interior of the state, it's very affordable. Yeah. The housing market in Florida has houses at all sizes and all prices for everybody. And the market is in good shape. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sven. Continue.
No, I was finished. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
the European train system is fantastic. It really is. I would like to experience it one day. I would love to buy I don't know what they are called now, but I think they used to be called a Euro Rail Pass or something.
Yeah,
you can buy them here in the States, or you can buy them online, and they're basically good for. I think you can buy them for like a few days or maybe a week-long pass or something, and you can just hop on and off trains all over the place. I mean, you could start out in Germany and then run south, hop off, and then a day or two later hop back on and keep going in whatever direction you want, as long as the pass is good. And you actually get real food on the trains, and I think they have Wi-Fi on the trains now, and the seats are actually clean, and the bathrooms don't look like a homeless person took a shit in there.
Nobody would use a high-speed train if there was no free Wi-Fi. Nobody would take it. Nobody.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. And the one thing I've heard people that I know brag about this. I mean, actually talk about it extensively, is on these trains you can actually get decent food.
The food is good. It's not
cheap.
cheap.
I mean it's not 5-star Ritz-Carlton, but it's good food and it doesn't kill you.
No, the food is handmade right down in the train. It's not prepaid food, pre-made food. It's if you want a steak, they take the steak out of the fridge and they make it for you. But it's not. I mean, it's not that horrible expensive, but it's also not cheap.
No, but I mean, one of my friends who recently went on a trip.
I like the food there.
And it was on one train, and he swore, I'm not sure if it was true or not, but he swore that the pasta dish that he had, the pasta was freshly made.
Of course,
And it wouldn't
Of course.
surprise me very much. It really
Of
would.
course. You pay for a pasta dish at a high-speed train in Germany around 15 to 20 bucks. So it's not cheap.
I would pay
but
15
it's
to 20
not,
bucks
not,
for a
yeah,
decent meal. Come on.
it's not cheap, but it's also not that expensive. But you see right in front of you where the pasta is made and what he does with the pasta. You see it. They can't mess it up.
Hey, what does infrastructure mean?
Infrastructure is like it is the roads and the bridges and the utilities and the sewer and the power lines and the cable lines and the cell towers.
Okay.
You know, the structure of a city or a town or whatever that allows the people to do what they need to do. The buildings, the utilities, the roads, the bridges, that kind of thing.
Because I was asking, because I was, looking at the best states, just for fun, okay. And apparently on U.S. News, now I did not make this list. This site did. If I'm available to share it, for your permission, Saleen.
Well, U.S. News is I don't know if that's a trusted source in my eyes, but okay.
I was just asking permission if that's okay or not. If that's okay to do that.
Well, I don't know if you can post. I don't know if you can. If you want to give me a link. Oh wait. Okay. Yeah, you can share. Hang on.
There you go. This is remember, this is just for fun. I was looking at this because this says best states rankings just overall. I had no idea.
Utah?
I didn't make the list. I didn't make the list.
Idaho.
Idaho.
I didn't
New
know how.
Hampshire,
These are. I mean, look at these states. There's like no population in them. Utah, New Hampshire, Idaho.
Now,
New Hampshire has 50 people.
Watch this. This might piss you off. I'm not trying
Nebraska, number 5.
Nobody lives in fucking Nebraska.
Hello.
What the heck? Florida, number 6.
You're kidding. Well,
Yeah, Mississippi is dead last.
Like I said,
Louisiana.
it's just for fun to see and see
Yeah.
your reaction.
but look at Florida, number 1 in economy.
2 education.
Vermont, again, another state in South Dakota, another state nobody lives in.
Massachusetts. Yeah.
Massachusetts. I wouldn't live in fucking Massachusetts if my life depended on it. I'd never be able to make any money.
And there's half a year snow in Massachusetts.
Like I said,
I mean, who the fuck wants to live in? I mean, people who work in Massachusetts live in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Because New Hampshire doesn't have an income tax.
Wait, where's Georgia? Oh.
Georgia's got to be down on the list because they it's like never-ending construction around Atlanta. So there it is.
21st.
Number 21?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Crime. Oof.
I would expect their crime rates to be higher than that because of Atlanta.
The healthcare is really bad, I guess.
Yeah,
I could have told you that because all the gunshot victims in Atlanta.
Oh.
I mean, there's a reason that in downtown Atlanta you can't get parking at Grady Hospital. You got too many people with gunshot wounds.
No, it's New York. Well, yeah, New York.
Matt Dumit says that Nate has the biggest house in Nebraska.
Win-win.
Hey, Ballard, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Come on by anytime. Always welcome.
Now, how the hell is Rhode Island behind Wyoming?
Who cares? Rhode Island's the size of a postage stamp and full of socialists. Fuck them.
Texas? Wow.
I would have expected Texas to be much higher than that.
Texas has massive drug and border problems. Massive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Massive. San Diego
They have,
is an
they have a
absolute.
huge look at. They're number 2 in economy behind Florida.
Yeah, but San Diego is in California.
Where's California?
Oh,
Yeah,
Find
San
California.
Diego. California is dead last.
Oh, damn it.
I bet you California, Washington. Oh, there's California's 37. That's better than I thought. I bet
Mississippi
Oregon
and
and
Louisiana
Washington
are
are
the
pretty
last.
low.
Yeah.
Find Oregon and Washington.
Okay. Washington, I think, was on top, I think.
No, I didn't see Washington. Keep going.
Here. That's
Arizona.
Washington. Right here. That's kind of hilarious. Washington.
You're kidding. Number 10? Really? That surprises me, considering their tax rate there is the definition of punitive.
Yeah.
Maybe they mean Washington County in Mississippi.
Now, I would get Colorado because of the
Oh.
mountains and stuff, but whatever. That's about it. That's all Colorado has, mountains. Indiana. Oof,
Yeah,
Tennessee.
no, they think that Utah is the number one, is the best state to live in. Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
I've been to Utah. It's a beautiful, I've been to Utah. It's a beautiful state. The scenery is fantastic. The people are actually very, very nice, especially if they think they can convert you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Las Nevadas.
The downtown area is beyond clean, and you can walk around there at night without really a lot of fear.
Where you mean in Salt Lake City?
Yeah. But the problem with Utah is there isn't a hell of a lot going on there.
Oof. That's true. It's
Yeah,
like a
I
little.
mean,
everything is shut down
outside
at
of
9
Salt Lake
p.m.
City and Provo, there's not a lot going on there.
It's like
Yeah,
a little brother. It's like a little brother to Colorado almost. I mean,
At least in Denver, you have some bars open until 1 or 2 a.m.
And
In-
at least in
Salt Lake
in
City, everything is
Colorado,
open.
and in Colorado you can smoke weed. So
Look at Michigan is number 43. That doesn't surprise me at all.
oof. Wow.
What I want to know who's dead last. Keep going, Nate. I want to see
Mississippi
who's
or
dead last.
Louisiana.
Wow.
No, it's not Mississippi.
Mississippi is 48th. Wow.
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Alaska is 49th. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
Wow.
Uh,
Why is
I mean, Alaska
Alaska?
can't be that bad.
I tell you why. Baton
Damn.
Rouge and New Orleans are
living
the
in
two-
living in Alaska can't be as bad as living in Mississippi.
I mean, that's true.
I mean,
Well,
the crime rate in Baton Rouge and New Orleans is through the roof. They are one of the top 5 murder capitals in the U.S. Both of them.
All right. No problem.
And that hurts badly. And the infrastructure in Louisiana, outside of Baton Rouge and NOLA,
All right.
it's a shithole. It's an absolute shithole.
Yeah. Do y'all want to know what the top? Y'all want to know what the top states to live in are?
What?
Yeah, the top states are Alaska. Let's see, Washington, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota. Let's see, Wisconsin, Michigan.
Wisconsin. Are you
Let's
crazy?
see, what about New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and in Maine? Yeah, those are the top states to live in. Yeah.
The Democrat states.
Yeah. I'm just
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think y'all get it. But
It's the Democrat states.
no, I was talking about the states
live it.
that are at the top of the United States. So it's talking about the northernmost states. Yeah.
Okay.
I see
I
what
mean,
you
the
mean.
top
Vic,
states. Yeah.
Vic, do you want to live in Wisconsin?
No.
There are polar bears, penguins, 180 feet
There are
snow,
there are
and
no polar bears or penguins in
minus 300
Wisconsin.
degrees every day. If Nate opens the window, there is snow in Nebraska now. Literally.
I see green grass out here. So
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
but
not
3 weeks ago you had snow, Nate.
no, that was like 3 months ago.
No,
Yes,
it was not. It's not 3 months ago.
3 months ago was winter.
It's freaking cold there.
No, it's not. I'll check.
I see what but I do see what Vic did there. That's very very cute, sir. Very,
I don't want to live in a cold place.
It's
Nope.
69 degrees Fahrenheit here.
Oh,
69.
it's not bad. It's not
Let's
bad.
see how much
Not
we
cold.
have.
69. Yeah.
And humidity is on 47. So
See, it's 76 right now. Yeah.
and
I mean, here's in
think-
the middle of the night, and we have 63.
Oh shit! Now it does get hotter, like really sticky hot.
And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's between 77 and 79. This is absolutely perfect.
Now, so the highest temperature this week is, or next week is 89 degrees here, which is 89 degrees worse humidity, feels like.
Yeah, we had rain today all day.
Man, we could use some rain down here in Florida. It is dry, and we haven't hit the wet season yet. We're supposed to start the rainy season any minute now. And fuck, this Sunday is hurricane season starts. And they're already talking about there might be a storm developing in the next 2 weeks.
It starts that early. It starts on June 1st. Wow.
Damn.
Hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th.
Season's over.
The peak of the season is mid-September through the end of October.
Yeah.
And that's when we got hit with the twins last year. We got hit with Helene and then Milton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Milton,
And they are predicting a slightly less active season than last year, but still a little bit above what they describe as normal.
Yeah,
So
I remember this video from Jackpot. They had a horrible storm in South Carolina. He made a video about it. He drive through it to his work, and there were trees 200, 300 years old, big fat trees, complete busted.
well, that was the remnants of Helene.
Yeah.
This was crazy.
Jerry, not only is my home insurance not canceled, but I am supposed to renew it in the next week or two.
And
Well,
are
thank
you
for
and are you going to renew it? I hope.
Oh yeah, I'll renew my homeowner's insurance. Yeah.
Good.
I've armored up my house as much as I can.
Mhm.
We just have to rely on goodwill of the good Lord and a little bit of luck.
No,
Yeah,
actually, Matt, that was Minneapolis, and they didn't burn the whole thing down. But
Well, don't forget they also burned a lot of Portland down too. So
yeah, which one I'm up? Portland,
and
Oregon.
you know what? Maybe
Maine,
we'll get another
or
summer
both.
of love this year. You know,
Are
it
they
is the
talking
50th
about
anniversary of the
Portland,
death of a drug addict.
Portland, Oregon, or Portland, Maine, or both?
Oregon. I wish they would burn down Portland, Maine, especially where my sister lives, but
I know.
that's just me.
That's
I know.
nasty. Don't
You're
say
not a
this.
horrible person.
No, if you don't know the story to Celine's, I guess, evil sister.
Yeah, I think he
By
does.
the way,
I think Sven knows. But
Okay.
by the way, it was my
I know
mom's
the story,
birthday
but
recently, and my sister once again did not contact my mom for the 7th year in a row. She did not contact my mom to wish her a happy birthday, nor a happy Mother's Day. So don't tell me about my sister not being this or being misunderstood that or whatever. She's a piece of shit human being, and I hope she dies a horrible death.
yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Yeah.
By the way, happy birthday to your mom, Celine.
No, and my daughter, my younger daughter, turned 24 the other day.
Also, your daughter. There you go.
and mom
she is
turned 20.
single, and you all stay away from her.
I'm not. No. I have my girls in Nebraska, so. Yeah.
None of you are good enough for my daughter.
I didn't
So
say
y'all
that.
stay away.
Yeah, I know.
Celine, I'm way too old for a 25-year-old crazy
Yeah,
girl.
we know. Yeah, we know that.
Way too old.
Don't be Bill Belichick.
Nate,
You know what? There's nothing wrong with an older man and a younger woman. If that's what makes them both happy, that's great. It's just that
no.
Then why don't you do that, Celine?
I don't know.
He's just nah.
I'm not. You know what? If it happened to me, that would be wonderful. But all I'm saying is, I hear all the jokes about Belichick and his Belichick and all that. Say like, you know what? He's happy. Yeah. She's happy. They're not hurting anybody. No. And as we say in Yiddish, we say "Lazem Laden."
Lazem Laden.
Lazem Laden. Let them live.
Yeah, exactly. Is it creepy? Yes. Does it affect me?
Why is it creepy? Why is it creepy? Well, I don't understand that.
Why is it not?
I have a different
why is
perspective.
It not creepy? Why is it not creepy?
How old is Belichick?
I mean, he's old enough to be her grandfather. I mean,
okay, but all I'm saying is, I understand that, Vic, and I don't disagree. He's old enough to be her father or maybe even her grandfather. I get that.
Yeah,
but I ask the question: who is it hurting? Nobody. They, she likes him. He likes her. Maybe they even love each other, and they're happy together. So again, who is it hurting? I have a perspective that's different from you and probably Jerry and Matt and Nate and all that, because I am older. I'm 60 now, and if a 25 or a 30-year-old fell in my lap, I kid. I wouldn't object.
He's
right. It's
not going to happen. But
Sven has the same perspective as you, and he thinks. And he thinks that's weird. So
okay,
look, it's not weird. Every man or every woman is different. You have different opinions, but you know what? I can't imagine to have. I'm Celine's age. Around.
What's up, Taylor?
He's 2 years older. I couldn't imagine to have a girlfriend who is 35 years younger as me and has the brain of a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
TK!
What would your your daughters think if you were marrying a woman that's their age? I mean,
I don't know. I never put the question to them, quite honestly. They'd probably freak out a little bit.
They would ask
but
me
you know
serious
what?
questions.
I think my children would be open-minded, and if they like the young woman, then there's that. And I think my children would be very happy if their dad were happy. And if that's what made their dad happy, and maybe, you know, I mean, okay, let's say I got involved with somebody. Let's go with 40-year-old woman. Let's keep it to there. Let's say I got involved with a 40-year-old.
We can't go 40. We got to
Okay,
go.
okay. Back it up. Let's say I got involved with a woman in her mid to late 20s. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Let's say I did that of my own accord and my own choice. Okay. We assume. Let's assume that if I'd done that for my own choice, that being involved with a woman overall would make me a happier man. And a happy person is generally a healthier person. They'll tend to live longer. They'll tend to be more mentally and physically alert and active. And just overall, their quality of life would be better than if they were alone or by themselves or whatever. And if my children saw me involved with a woman roughly their age or maybe a few years older, and it was making me happy, and I was a happier person, I was healthier, I was more physically active, mentally acute, and all that, why wouldn't they be happier that their father was happy and healthy? That's the way I would choose to look at it. Now, I'm not involved with a woman of any age, nor do I see myself being involved with a woman of any age in the near future. So it's kind of it's an interesting mental exercise for me as a 60-year-old man. But, you know, I wouldn't object to it happening to me, and I certainly don't object to it happening to anyone else. I mean, again, two adults enjoying each other's company and loving each other, and who does that hurt? Nobody. So I don't have a problem with it as a matter of principle. Now, TK says, as a daughter, she wouldn't like it. Okay. Dad went for a woman his age. And there's Skylar Santana, who I've never seen that name before, but welcome to the show, sir. I assume it's a sir. Anyway. But you know, that's how I see the scenario. If it happened to me, which it would never, but if it did happen to me, I would not discourage it, and I would think that my children would be, as long as the woman was a decent person, I think they would accept it.
All right, now let's put it in a reverse. What if one of them was dating a man around your age?
Okay. Skylar Santana does make a good point. It hurts the person who is jealous. That's a good point, Skylar. Very good point. You are a sir. Okay. Okay, that's a fair question. What if one of my daughters was dating a man significantly older than her? Well, it would, you know, there are a couple of there. No, that's a good turnaround question, TK. I don't say. I mean, now I'll preface the answer by saying that both my daughters have experienced dating men, boys, really, in some cases, roughly their own age. Now, most of those guys, well, for one of them, she had a limited dating pool, but they were good. They were good guys. The other one had a slightly larger dating pool, and until the last one, which they're currently with, those guys were garbage. Just absolute worthless, you know, relationships. But they did learn a lot from those relationships. If the man that they were dating that was older than them by a significant amount was a decent man, and my definition of a decent man is probably maybe a little different than everyone else's, but I think you know what I mean by that. If they treated the girls well and they were willing to be with my daughters for the long term, and they weren't just looking to have a good time and then skate, again, and if they were decent people, then I would be okay with it.
Yeah,
because I want my daughters to be happy more than anything else in the world. And if an older gentleman who treated them well made them happy, then I am all for my daughter's happiness.
Yeah, and if he has money.
Well, that wouldn't hurt either, but I think I raised my daughters to be a little better than that. What if he was in their 60s or 70s? Well, I assumed, TK, that was Vic's question, that he did say somebody my age, and since I am 60, plus a few months, you know what, TK, if a rich 70-year-old man was interested in one of my daughters and my daughter was interested back, and he treated her well, I'd be okay with it. I don't think there's much of a future in it because I know that both my daughters want to be moms someday, and I don't think a 70-year-old man is interested in being a father at that age, or maybe even not even capable. So I don't even think my daughters would start in with somebody that old. Yes, TK, I'm 60. This is not a secret.
Yeah.
I turned 60 this year. Well, I've already turned 60.
What was that, Nate?
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, did you fart?
No, that was a soundboard.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I was 57 3 years ago. Joshua, how you doing,
That was
sir?
3 years ago.
My dad is 57.
Yeah, I passed 57 a little while ago. And you know what? At 60 years old, I'm physically in better shape than I was 10 years ago. That's for sure.
I didn't interrupt Saleen, did I?
Yeah, I don't think you interrupted me. Did you?
When TK did.
60 is young with modern medicine. Yeah. Fair point. I dropped a lot of weight due to modern medicine, and I feel really great about it. Oh, she says you interrupted me with the soundboard, but the soundboard really wasn't that loud, so no harm done.
Sorry for the. My bad.
Let's see.
If you want to try to be funny, wait till somebody's done talking, as you know.
No, but I honestly, I think the likelihood of my daughters getting involved with men that are significantly older than them is probably fairly low at this point. I mean, the one daughter has a boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, that is roughly a couple of years older than her. And the other one just broke up with her guy, Raj. And I think she's going to stay away from men for a while. Well, I appreciate that, TK. Do water-based fasting whole food diet, you will live to be 100.
What? Water-based fasting whole foods diet. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. Water-based fasting.
Yeah, water. Basically, is saying that I should fast. There's a certain there's a certain school of thought that says that every, I don't know how many days, the number of days vary a lot, but I can see the UPS truck is coming. Please stop. Yay, he stopped at the right place. Yay.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, well,
There's a certain school of thought that says that after a certain interval of time between 30 and 60 days, you should go on a 5-day fast where all you do is drink water and cleanse your body out. And then you stick to a whole foods diet with no chemicals and shit like that. And, you'll live to infinity and beyond or some such nonsense.
all right. All right, Joshua, maybe. All right, well, Joshua, maybe you can do that.
Oh, Vic, have you send your talent show video?
No.
No. Okay. Just asking.
Yay, packages are here.
You
All
mean
right.
new watches
All
are
right.
here, huh?
All right.
No,
bring
no
'em in.
watches today.
No
watches
watches?
today. No, not today. I do have. Do I have any watches? I do have one watch coming. It'll be here in the next day or two. I am still obsessed with package delivery. Yes. Hang on a minute. I'm going to get them from my front door so that they don't disappear.
You know, and then taken by porch pirates.
What's porch pirates?
That's where somebody steals a package off of your front porch.
Oh, that's a porch pirate. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a kangaroo in your front yard or what? Huh? A big dog.
Yeah.
I just scared
Or a
myself.
Doberman or something like that. Vic, did you know that today is national in the US is National Hamburger Day?
There we go. I feel so much better now.
I did not know that.
What is today? National what?
Oh,
Hamburger Day.
Hamburger.
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 No, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Hamburger.
I listened to the Matt White show. He's a former quarterback, and he has a show on the radio and on YouTube.
Has anyone ever sold plasma as a side hustle? No. You mean blood plasma? No,
Yeah, that's what he
I don't
means.
know anyone that's ever done that.
I don't sell. I spent blood plasma since 30 years, but I don't sell it. I take nothing for it. I could take money, but I don't do it.
TK is now very interested in this idea.
Yeah,
of selling blood plasma
Jerry,
for
have you?
plasma.
Jerry, have you sold plasma, Jerry?
The hell? What the fuck is that? Plasma surgery or whatever you call it? I don't know. Oh, plasma side hustle.
I didn't know you could make big money selling blood plasma. That's a new one.
Well,
In Germany, you
big
get
money.
for one bag of plasma. I don't know how much is in it. You get around $50 if you
Thanks,
spend
TK.
it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But
If I donate
I
enough
never-
blood plasma, I can afford a G-Shock.
I did it maybe in the last 25, 30 years. I did spend maybe 100 times, and I never took money for it. Never. Because one day I need it. And I'm happy if I get it for free. Because you don't have to pay for blood plasma in Germany in the hospital. If you get a blood transfer, you don't have to pay it. So, my thought is, you give and you take. And in Germany, a lot of people are spending blood plasma for free.
Yeah. Hamburgers are from Hamburg. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
No.
Well, for one thing, it's pronounced Hamburg in Germany.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And hamburgers are not from Hamburg, Germany.
They're not.
The hamburger came from the West Coast. I guess I saw it some
No,
years ago.
supposedly now I saw a special on this once on Food Network or something. The first place to sell a hamburger sandwich, and that's what they still call it, is someplace in Connecticut about 130 years ago.
Yeah, and it was a bread with he had it on a very simple thing. It was
it's on toasted bread with and they serve
toasted
it
bread.
nowadays. They serve it with tomato and cheese and
no
there was
lettuce,
like one
no
condiment
mustard,
on it.
nothing.
Yeah, none
It
of
was
that.
very
They said
simple.
if you want condiments on it, you have to go somewhere else.
So
Yeah.
we were told lies in history. That's what I was getting at.
Hey, how's it going, DB? It's DBSH. How you doing, man?
I thought, well, to think about it, like you said, Saleen, if it was established in Connecticut, it's not German then, the hamburger food. The hamburger food that was established with, hamburgers, and you said that it was established with or at Connecticut, so it's American food, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know why people will say it's German. We were told lies.
I don't know the derivation. I mean, I'm sure if you use the Google machine, you could find it out easy enough.
I'm just saying, I if that's the truth, that then we're told lies in school.
Now, me in this area, I found the best cheeseburgers to be at Five Guys.
Not decent. I would say they're good
I
too.
love Five Guys. I really do.
I've never tried Jack in the Box. I don't know if they're good or not.
Nah, Jack in the Box. The only problem with Five Guys is they don't travel very well. I mean, if you want a Five Guys cheeseburger, eat it there because for some reason they don't travel real well and they dry. I think they're so thin that they dry out real fast. So eat it there. Yeah. And do yourself a favor, unless you've got a big appetite like Nate here, don't get the double. Get the little one.
Have you tried Freddy's smash burgers, whatever you call it?
No, we have a Freddy's around here somewhere, but I have not been.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do too. Yeah.
Just so you know, this is my opinion. Probably the worst burger I ever had. It's basically the burger itself is this thin. Like it's like smash, but it's like this thin. It's not like a thick burger like you see at McDonald's or whatever. Burger King, it's just smashed. I don't like that. So that's my opinion. Just to let you know.
You have restaurants in Athens, Vic? Since when?
Yeah, we do. What do you mean? We got lots of restaurants. What do you mean?
Athens is an actual city, guys. I mean, come on.
They are living free people in wooden houses and bamboo roofs.
What? Bamboo roofs? No, there's no bamboo roofs.
No. Hey, Saleen, would you go to Greece just for a trip, or you're not interested in Greece?
Yeah, have you been to Greece, Finn?
Greece is really
I have
nice.
not been. I have only been to one place in Europe, and that was Venice.
Okay.
Would I go to Greece? Yeah, probably. I don't know. The only problem with Greece that I would see is I don't know if I'd be able to eat very much there because most Greek food gives me just I tend to get sick off of Greek food.
Oh,
well, What about you, Sven? You been to Greece?
I was in Greece maybe 10 times. Greece is very
Beautiful.
nice as long as you stay away from the big cities.
Like Athens?
I've heard that. I say if you want to go to Greece, just don't go to Athens.
What about Sparta?
Sparta. Yeah. Yeah,
This is
Is
Sparta.
yeah, this
dun, dun,
it's a
dun.
historic place, but I mean, Athens, you go there for a week, but you stay in your hotel and stay in the main city. Athens is like Nola or Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, Atlanta East.
So okay, I have. How
You
about
know
Santorino? Is that good?
what? What?
Thought
Santorino,
that's in-
Greece.
Hmm.
There is Thessaloniki. You have
No,
Athens. You have Sparta. You have
Sparta.
there are some big
or the
towns.
island.
So and
The
uh,
island of
the
There's
islands are
islands too.
the
Yeah.
islands are all fine. You have white sand, and there is a great seafood culture. Great food. It's cheap as hell, and it's nice weather. It's really nice, but the big cities are
Oh,
really criminal. Really criminal. It's
Santor.
like Rome or Naples in Italy. These are the in the south. These are the shit places in Italy. Venice is in
When
the
I
north.
was
The north,
in
it's the
Venice,
rich
I
north
felt
against
very
the
safe.
poor south. Yeah,
I felt very
And-
safe in Venice, even walking around at
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Felt very
Um,
safe.
Venice is in the north. It's the rich north, and it's the poor south. It's Naples, all south from Rome is really it's not safe. Let me say it this
Um,
way. So
Yeah.
I mean, in Berlin, we have the Germans system gives everybody some money. So and you don't get robbed for $10 or a handy.
No.
Maybe
Yeah.
in some places we have 10 cases a day in Berlin, but in New Orleans you have 10,000 a day. Literally,
that's cool.
I don't know. So,
No, I'm just saying.
but Venice is a tourist place, and the police tries to keep these places clean because these places, Venice, Bologna, Florence, are bringing money into the country from tourists, and they can't afford to be high criminal.
The I guess the city of the island is called Santorini. I meant Santorini, Greece.
Yeah, and then Joshua says you should go to Mykonos.
Santorini.
Mykonos.
Yeah. Mykonos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mykonos. Yeah,
Uh,
I never went to Mykonos.
Yeah, and there's also marathon. That's what running a marathon came from. So
Yeah, there
his name
there was a guy.
Thedipidi Thedippides, right? Who ran from Marathon to
To
Greece,
Athens.
which to Athens, which was 26 miles to report the Greeks' victory against
Victory.
the Persians. Yeah,
That's
so he ran
right.
That's awesome.
26 miles and then collapsed. Yeah,
That so
Yeah.
sorry. The island I'm looking at is called Santorini. Santor. I don't know.
There
It's
are
spelled.
thousands of islands in Greece and Malta and Cyprus and all over the place there.
I know.
Thousands of them.
I'm just saying the trying to spell I guess the island.
The islands are
SAN
all fine.
S
You can go
A.
there from the US, I guess, 3 weeks all included for $2,000, including flight.
the,
It's no problem.
say the island like Crete or or Creedy or
How much?
For what?
$2,000, I guess.
For what?
It must not be a first class ticket.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
No, it's a normal flight ticket.
for what? From who? Where?
From Germany, we pay for 2 weeks on a Greek island, all included with a normal flight, around $1,400 to $1,500. So, and I think from the US,
Damn.
it's 500 or 600 more for the flight.
So
I guess. So, and that's around 2,000 euros. What is $2,000, literally?
So apparently on this island, it's like the hotels around there is like around. It's like cheap. I won't say cheap, but cheap. Not around like $200 to $195 American.
You don't book hotels for 1 day. You
No, I know.
you book
that's
all inclusive for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I thought, okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what is this best time to go to Greece or Greek islands?
May, June,
May,
or
June, okay.
end September, early October, because June, July, August, it's like Florida in July. It's 150 degrees, and you sweat to death.
Yeah,
So
here's the problem. Here's the problem for European travel in August.
Okay.
Everyone goes on vacation for a month in August, so either nobody's working or everybody is on the same vacation you're on. So avoid Europe in August.
Oh yeah, that's right, Joshua. No AC.
Yeah, Greek
No.
hotels are cheap and they have no AC.
Very good point. Very good point. And
You
also
don't need
for
an
a
AC.
Floridian like me, you do not travel very far during hurricane season because you do not want to be far away from your home if something happens.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm
not
safe.
so good.
You don't want to be far from home.
Well,
please.
you know, I mean, let's say I'm on a European trip for a week in hurricane season and a storm hits. I didn't have time to prepare my house before that hurricane hit, so that's a problem. B, how am I going to get home if the airport is damaged? And C, how am I going to get home if I do manage to land in an airport somewhere in Florida and I can't drive back home? So we Floridians do not travel far away from our homes during the peak of hurricane season.
Nope.
Yeah, and the next point is if you book a one-way ticket right now, it's almost 300% expensive as if you book it 3 weeks before you go. If you need a right now ticket, it's always expensive.
Yep, because they got you.
Yeah, I had this problem. My daughter was in Estonia, and her husband had a critical surgery, and it was a 50-50 shot. And I could ride a train or could take a flight. And the flight normal is $200, and I went to the airport and said I need a flight now to Tallinn. So and it cost me 540 or something like that instead of 200. It was 2.7 times expensive.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Raj.
Where's Raj? I didn't see Raj for a year.
I
Yeah,
think
me
he's-
too. Yeah.
I think he's done. I don't know if he's done with YouTube, but I think he's taking a big break from YouTube.
Yeah, for him. Yeah, for him. He pops in every now and then. But
Yeah.
So he's still around and alive.
yeah.
That's all
That's
what I
right.
have
The
to
last
know.
time I saw him, saw him at Adam at Colby's wedding. Yeah.
Yeah, the
He was
last
at,
time
he was at
I
Kobe's
saw
wedding
him,
back in December.
he told
Yeah.
me Mississippi State stinks, and he was
Yeah.
right. Yeah, Vic. Did you know that the number 1 and number 2 preseason seeded teams in baseball didn't make the playoffs? The field of 64, Texas A&M and Virginia didn't make
Wow.
the field. This is crazy.
Wow.
That's down bad.
And it's all, I mean, in Virginia's case, it's all about money.
Mhm.
They don't have the money for baseball. They are happy to survive football. They don't have the money, and I mean the Aggies have the money, but I didn't get it. They had so many people transferring out. It was crazy, and it never happened before in 121 years of college baseball that the number 1 and the number 2 didn't make the playoffs. It's like in 2022, you would say, okay, in 2023, we have a 16-team playoff. Yeah. So, and Georgia and let's say Alabama don't make the playoffs. That would be absolute insanity. Everybody and their grandmother knew that the Georgia Bulldogs are going to the playoffs in 2023 if there are 16 teams can go to the dance. So is Alabama with Saban. And Texas A&M, they won 10 games. This is so crazy. I can't believe this stuff. Oh, by the way, does anyone know if the Knicks won yesterday or did the Pacers win?
The Pacers, I think. NBA. Let's see.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
The
it was the
NBA
Pacers.
rivalry.
Yeah, the Pacers beat the Knicks. They now lead the series 3-1. So it looks like that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's
No, I
that's
watched.
a wrap. The Thunder is also up 3-1 over the Timberwolves, and they play again tonight. So they're probably about to close out that series. So
No, I watched a little bit yesterday, but the Pacers were so dominant. They played at home, and the Knicks can't make 3-point shots for
I'm right here,
saving their
TK.
lives.
yep.
And
then
it was late.
the NBA finals start on June 5th.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I don't watch NBA that much, and it was absolutely boring. There was no contact.
Pacers versus Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a good baseball game. I enjoyed really when it was the bad boy Pistons with Rodman and Isaiah against Jordan's Bulls. This was real basketball.
What did Saleen do?
I guess he has a phone call or something like that.
Yeah, TK is saying I got scared. Don't do that again. What happened?
Oh, I stopped talking for a minute. Slim, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Drop.
No, I didn't leave. I just stopped talking for a minute.
Let's see if we can get Slim in here. Yeah.
Oh, the Miami man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna sign off in about 15 minutes. But
yeah, you can put the link again. See if Slim or TK will join. But
let's hear if he's happy with Carson Beck. Does Beck really makes $4 million in Miami? Is that right?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It is. It
Uh,
is.
Serious. 80% of all NFL professionals don't make 4 million a year. Do you know that? 80%.
Yep.
It's way out of control.
Yep.
And the Dallas Cowboys signed the what was the name from the Tennessee quarterback? Joe
You
Milton.
can't. Yeah, Joe Milton. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
he's
about?
now the back, he is now the backup in Dallas.
Yeah. Okay.
Good morning, Miami man. How are we doing?
I just woke up.
Oh,
What's this?
yeah, he's a truck driver.
Well, I gotta be to work and well, no, not anymore. I work for the sheriff's department now, and I gotta be at work at 6 o'clock.
Oh, for the sheriff. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Law and order. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I don't think I want Slim coming at me with a gun. I get the feeling that Slim is one of those people who shoots a gun and doesn't miss
Yep.
much.
Yep.
I don't know. Everybody misses.
Yeah, but you don't miss much.
I only scored 94 on my shooting balls out of 100. So actually, I missed
Okay, well, that's pretty
6
good.
times.
I mean,
I,
all right, that's pretty good. Only
yeah,
6 out
I'd
of
say
100.
94%. 94% of the time you hit your target. I think that's a pretty good percentage.
I never in my life had a gun in my hands, and I'm near 60. Never.
You're missing out on life's simple pleasures.
No,
I would
didn't
like-
miss anything.
I would like to try and shoot a gun, but I don't know.
Well, as long as he's
But no,
not
I
shooting-
don't carry a gun on a daily basis. I work in the jail.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Well,
God.
let me rephrase that. I don't carry a gun for work on a daily basis, but I mean, I do carry a gun everywhere I go. But
So you work with the dregs of humanity on a daily basis.
I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, some of them are just, somebody made a fucked up decision.
Yeah, some of them were just there because they were caught with weed. But yeah.
Well, they say they don't catch the smart ones, so.
Yeah, a lot of weed and meth charges.
I mean, is weed not legal in Florida?
no, it's
It's
in
not in Florida. It's in
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, weed's not legal, and meth is definitely not legal.
Yeah, meth
Yeah,
is definitely not legal.
Yeah, in Berlin, it's
We voted down legalizing marijuana here in Florida. Thank God.
Right,
yeah,
y'all got medical, but yeah.
No,
we
in
got
Germany
medical.
you can. In Germany, they legalized it last year, January. It's 1.5 years ago, and since then we have no dealers on the street. Nothing. It's absolutely broke down. You show your ID that you are 21 years old and that you are a German citizen. If you are a foreigner, you don't get weed in the pharmacy store. Only German citizens.
Even the states that have legalized weed haven't done away with drug dealers. That's still a thing because that shit's expensive because they tax it so much in the states that have legalized.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a heroin or meth problem in Germany. The most people in Berlin who are using drugs are smoking weed. It's 99.99%. We have some
Well,
I guess, and then some crackheads. I guess, I don't know. and some LSD or whatever for parties.
Hash used to be really big over there too.
Hash.
Mhm.
What's that?
Hashish.
Yeah, this is a drug from Afghanistan,
So
and
is it
Turkey, and
is
from
it
the Far
plant?
East.
So it's
And
a
the only
plant
reason
that
I
you
know
grow?
that, the only reason I know that is because I've got an uncle that was stationed on that base in Germany for a while, and yeah, it was very obtainable.
Yeah, I mean, I live in a city with 6 million people, and I never felt in my life threatened in Berlin, never. And I live
Cocaine's
near
pretty
four.
big over there too, or at least it was in
Yeah.
Switzerland. I don't know necessarily about Germany.
I have no clue. I never ever in my entire life smoked weed or something or did use drugs.
Oh,
Never.
come on. Once again, you're missing out on life's simple pleasures.
No.
Come on, man.
I don't
Cocaine was
pay for stuff
fun.
what kills me. I don't pay for stuff what kills me. Are you crazy?
Man, I'm not dead. I did a lot of it. I'm not dead. Okay.
Yeah, you are a Floridian. You are different.
Is that why? Because I'm from Florida. That's why it didn't kill me.
Yeah, you are used to this stuff.
I think people think that Floridians have a natural immunity to cocaine. I don't know. Traveling Fools is here. Yo. Let's see. TK wants to smoke weed with me. You're gonna have a long wait, my friend. I ain't doing that shit. I tried weed way back in the day, and it made me two things that I am normally in my everyday life: hungry and paranoid. So, what do I need to waste money on weed for?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
No,
I think you would be hilarious fucking high because everything's fun.
I'd probably fall asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, weed is sort of like alcohol, isn't it?
If I drink 3 beers, I am done.
No means no.
Really?
No means
I mean
no.
German beer, not American beer. From American beer, I can drink 20 cases. It's no problem because it's not beer. I mean real beer, German beer. Not Miller Lite or Bud Light or some of this poison stuff what they sell in the South.
Yeah, well, I don't drink that shit anymore. I drink whiskey.
I'm not a big drinker. What I can drink is a bottle of red wine. There is nothing to it. In 3 hours, I kill a whole bottle of red wine. Good red wine. This is no problem.
Why is TK obsessed with me getting stoned? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Because it would probably be hilarious for starters.
Why would it be hilarious to watch me fall asleep?
Well, it's the in between that would be hilarious. You wouldn't go to sleep immediately, I promise you.
Yeah, me coughing a lot. It would be so much so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are strange, you know that. Well, it's okay. It's okay, TK, and it's okay, Slim, because
it would be. It would be funny, yeah.
It probably would. Yeah, it probably would be funny. I'll be the first to admit, me probably on my way, from going from stone cold sober to falling asleep after smoking a few, taking a few pulls on the weed or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably the interim between the 2 points would probably be very funny.
Yeah. What about me?
I'm
I mean,
sure
if I did, yeah.
I'm sure if you filmed it and put it on YouTube, everyone would get a great chuckle.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Drunk Vic was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine what
that was hilarious.
Yeah, can you imagine what Vic Stoned would be like? Yeah.
No, I hope somebody provided the ability of you to drive your wheelchair.
Yeah.
No, we
According
didn't.
to
yeah,
Lou and
big drunk.
Pete, Vic nearly drove his wheelchair into the pool in last year's
No, I
slopes.
didn't. But
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
okay.
No gummies.
No,
Talking about Panama
Panama
City.
City.
Talking about Panama City.
It was at
Matt wants to see
yeah,
Vic on
Panama
shore.
City. I brought like 4 bottles of that rum, and Vic decided he wanted some, and
Yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah.
hilarity
Lou-
ensued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure Vic on alcohol is probably a sight to behold.
Well,
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean,
Hey man, it's that's some good stuff. I'm not gonna lie. That is some mighty tasty rum. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, there
What
you go.
brand
Yeah,
was
the rums, the rum and the tequila sunrise. Yeah.
yeah, I can bear a freaking swallow of that rum, I guess.
You know, Slim, one of these days I got to get a hold of a bottle of Siesta Key rum for you.
Uh-oh.
I think you might like that stuff.
I did. I had some. Yeah.
Part of Jesse.
With Raj. Yeah.
Yeah. He loved that stuff. I swear to God, I thought he was going to drink the whole bottle right there.
Oh. Yeah, so I think I've got the bottle, as a matter of fact.
They do a
It's empty,
coffee
but-
flavor.
Yeah. Was it the Lil Wayne tequila? I mean
Yes,
rum.
that was it.
Yeah.
Lil
Wayne,
He owned.
Lil Wayne rum. Yeah, Lil Wayne rum. Yeah.
Oh, that's spooky.
Hey, that's stuff we got Vic drunk on. That's some good stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
yeah. That's
yes.
the good shit. Yeah.
Well, apparently I didn't like it. I threw the freaking liquid.
Yeah, we gave some to Nate, and he took a sip of the shot and then dumped it over the side of the building.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just
Oh,
dumped
man,
it.
don't
Just
do
dumped it
that,
out.
Nate. If
out-
you don't
it
like
dumped
it,
it out
pass
into
it
the
to somebody
street.
else,
Now, I
man.
did want to take a sip. I did try it, and I did not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
Just dumped it out into the street. Yeah.
And
But Nate, you don't dump good alcohol in the
At the
street.
same
If you didn't
time-
like it, pass it over to somebody else. They'll drink it.
Yeah. Let
no,
me drink it.
no, they
yeah.
won't.
But the bad part was we were on the roof of that hotel, and there are people walking down on the street.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah,
a
that's
worse TK.
Nate, that's not good manners, Nate. Don't do
No, I literally did not know that there were people
It's
going
not.
by.
It's not good manners, Nate.
that. Nate, you can't. Nate, never do that again. It's not good etiquette.
Well, that's the only reason why I don't drink alcohol. So
You are not in Omaha, where only 10 people live.
I didn't. What did I say about Omaha? I
In
did
your
not-
shithole in Nebraska.
Yeah, he didn't like that, but he likes he got some of that non-alcoholic Heineken, and he'll drink
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, that's the only thing I can drink. So it's not in my power. I can't drink alcohol.
Yeah, Nate,
I mean,
alcohol is not good for you.
Which, I mean, drinking non-alcoholic beer makes about as much sense as wiping before you poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Traveling
I mean,
Fool says Vic is a pirate. Okay.
well,
Well, I am a pirate.
TK says Nate is a wuss. Okay.
that's kind of hurtful.
Okay, here we go. TK is calling out Nate on his manhood.
Yeah,
Well,
and
DK is not a real slob. There you go.
Oh.
Ooh, them's fighting words. That is. Oh boy. Oh, we gonna start a Nate TK beef thing going here?
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Well,
we
it is
need
the
some,
off season.
yeah, we
Right.
need some off season beef. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
need some
mercy,
off season
mercy.
beef.
How about some rats from?
I don't know. We
some
haven't
GTA
really had
players?
an
Yeah.
had an off season beef this year, but
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of dying down.
Well, we're gonna have to table that beef until next Wednesday because I gotta head over to my mom's house. by the way, my mom had a lot of oral surgery yesterday, and I got to go check on her, make sure she's okay. I
Say
checked
happy
on her
birthday to your mom.
about 4 hours ago. She was okay, but the evenings are a little harder on her than the afternoons and the mornings.
Yeah.
So I got to go check on her. So I got to cut this stream down. Slim, I appreciate you showing up. Hope you'll do it again soon.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just got up, but
I appreciate you stopping by.
yeah. It's like I was talking to Pete about it. Once I kind of get into my routine of this schedule, I can get it figured out when I can pop up now and again.
Yeah,
Because
just don't let those guys throw poop at you.
yeah, well, they want to do that. That's fine. I got another uniform, and they can ride the lightning.
No.
Yep.
What's it like to have a son like me? Well, my mom would probably argue that it's a challenge. But it is what it is. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being in the yard
guys,
with me.
I'm out of here. Happy birthday to your mom, Saleen.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, she did have a birthday earlier this week, and she does not look like her age. So
her 25th birthday. Her 25th.
Yeah, she's like on her 25th birthday, the 50th
that's what we're
anniversary.
talking about. And Vic, I see you tomorrow 3 p.m. on your channel.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You open a stream, I drop in, and you drop the link.
Right.
Okay. Sven, I got to kick you out.
Yeah, kick me out.
Oh, well, I just want to make sure you've said everything first.
No, I'm done.
Slim already left. Thank you, Slim. Appreciate it. Nate, good to see you again.
Yep. Happy birthday to your mother.
Thank you.
And also, happy birthday to your daughter. Hope she has a great day. And you as well.
Oh, thank you. All right. And I kicked Vic out. Sorry. Wrong order. Vic, thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll see you around.
Happy birthday. Yeah, and happy birthday, Mama Saleen, too.
I appreciate that. All right. And thank you to everyone that was in the chat box. On your way out, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. It does help with the channel. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. Yes, TK, it was my younger daughter had a birthday last Friday. Yeah, it was last Friday. Oh, God. I have 2 daughters in their mid-20s. I am getting old. Oh, God help me. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the week, everybody. Enjoy the weekend, rooting for your particular sports teams if there are a particular sports team and particular sport that you are interested in. Excuse me. And we'll do it all again on, next Wednesday is the 4th. I promised my older daughter, that I would be helping her do some moving of her classroom from one classroom to another. I don't know if I'll be on or not. I will know as I get closer to that date. But either way, we will see each other again on the streams real soon. Y'all have a good rest of the week and weekend, and I will see you all soon. Peace.